So we'll have 4 10-lap heat races here tonight. The top 5 from each heat go straight into tonight's A main event. And the other finishers will go to the B main. How many of you guys in the grandstands are ready for heat race number 1, the 57th annual Avante Windows and Doors Western World Championships? And we're going trackside to Drake York. Drake?
Thank you so much, Scott. And got a chance to catch up with a couple of people who had issues in Woodland Auto Display qualifying that we'll see later tonight in our factory wrap semi-feature. First off, the 51T of Eddie Tafoya Jr., they were experiencing fuel pump issues. And as we said, these are all the cars that are going to go to the factory wrap semi later tonight. Also got a chance to talk with Jim Van Zant. They are done for the evening in the 3V. Talked to Jim, and he said it was just way too killed on the right side of the race car. So a little bit more damage to that 3V than we initially thought. And then Alexa Herrera told me she had a power steering line go out on the 5E entry. So once again, we'll see all those cars later tonight in the semi.
Thank you, Drake York. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Flow Dynamics. Owner John McCarthy, and also in honor of Wiley Miller Sr. and Wiley Miller II. Thanks to Dan Miller and Roy Miller Freight Lines for that. Once again, each heat race winner tonight will get $100 from Dave Wilson, one of the sponsors on the Ty Mahako car. This is your lineup for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole, the 71D out of San Pedro, California. That's Brian Drollinger. Starting to his right, the 5W. He's out of Yorba Linda, Logan Williams. Go to row number 2 on the inside, the 44 out of Norco, California. That's the Cadillac Cody Williams. And outside him, the 17X from Anaheim, it's Jake Swanson. Row number 3, the guy who's about to be crowned king in the Avante Windows and Doors USAC Sierra Sprint Cars. That's the 51 from Labine, Arizona, R.J. Johnson. And outside of R.J., tonight's fast qualifier, the 21 AZ from Greenfield, Indiana, C.J. Leary. Row number 4, that's the next to last row on the inside, the 4J out of Templeton, California, Caleb Montgomery. And outside him from El Paso, Texas, the 45X of Don Grable. Rounding out the field, it's car number 39. He's out of Yucca Valley, California. That is Jeff Dyer. That's your lineup. Heat race number 1, once again presented by Flow Dynamics Incorporated, and in honor of Wiley Miller Sr. and Wiley Miller II. And $100 extra to the winner from Dave Wilson. Yes, once again, sprint cars on the racetrack. You need to take a seat in the grandstand, back off the chain link fence, everybody. Want to welcome Bob Buckles here. Good to see you tonight, Bob, the longtime voice of this racetrack on regular nights. So cars just packing the track in right now. Want to thank Moonshine Mike, for his donation to the drivers. Thank you, Moonshine. So getting ready, heat race number 1. Fonte Windows and Doors, 57th Annual Western World Championships. 10 laps, top 5 go to the A main, the others go to the B. Trollinger and Logan Williams on the front row. Standing by for the first green flag, we're racing. And the Cadillac, Cody Williams, immediately dove to the inside, got by Trollinger. Now he's out front. Second spot is his little brother, that's Logan Williams. Third spot, Jake Swanson. Fourth spot, R.J. Johnson. Fifth spot, the 21, tonight's fast qualifier. That's C.J. Leary. Two laps scored. And Jake Swanson goes to the inside of Logan Williams. He takes over the second place spot. One spot out of transfer. That's the 4J of Caleb Montgomery. Logan Williams trying to come back on the inside of Swanson, going into turn number 1. R.J. Johnson flies by Logan Williams, going into 3. Move the 51 car, he's up to 3rd. C.J. Leary getting a run off turn number 2. Logan Williams slides it up in front of. He'll be halfway this time by. 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Leary again, top of the racetrack. And he takes the 5th and final transfer spot away from Logan Williams. That puts Logan Williams on the bubble with Caleb Montgomery gaining ground. Still out front, it's the Cadillac, Cody Williams. Here comes Caleb Montgomery, now closing dramatically on Logan Williams for the final transfer. Here's 7 down this time by 3 to go. Leary around the top, he goes up to 4th. Now R.J. Johnson tries to pull back even with him. Montgomery keeps it wide, going through 1 and 2. White flag going to come down this time by Leary. Goes by R.J. Johnson again. Move Leary up to 3rd. Last lap flag, 1 to go. Now Leary gets by Jake Swanson, as does R.J. Johnson. Caleb Montgomery fighting for the final transfer spot. Run around the top. Move him to the final transfer. Meanwhile, out front, checkered flag out to fly. The winner, heat race number 1, it's the Cadillac, Cody Williams. C.J. Leary, 2nd, R.J. Johnson. 3rd, 4th spot goes to Jake Swanson. And 5th will go to Caleb Montgomery. Finishing order once again, the winner of the Cadillac, Cody Williams. 2nd spot, C.J. Leary. 3rd, R.J. Johnson. 4th, Jake Swanson. And 5th goes to Caleb Montgomery. They go to the A main. Going to the B main, 6th place finisher, Logan Williams. 7th, Don Grable. 8th, Mark Henry. And 9th, Brian Drollinger. Drake York is going to talk to the heat race winner, the Cadillac Cody Williams, as well as the number 21 AZ fast qualifier CJ Leary. Drake?
Well, first we'll catch up with Cadillac Cody Williams, your winner of Flow Dynamics heat race number 1. And Cody, it seemed like they were coming from everywhere on you. What was the key to making your car so wide there throughout the duration of that heat race to hold off everybody who threw a challenge at you?
Yeah, we kind of struggled yesterday, but, got to thank my guys. Man, I was a little winded right now, but, I got to thank my guys and my sponsors and WC Friend Company, Trench Shoring, Get Her Done Racing, FK Indy, Owens Insurance. Got to thank those guys and Mr. Wilson for the $100. And, thank all the fans for coming out, and hopefully we can do a little better in the main.
Cadillac Cody Williams, your winner of Flow Dynamics heat race number 1. We'll talk to our Woodland Auto Display quick time qualifier, CJ Leary. And CJ, I'm sure last night was about figuring out the bugs with this race car. And you guys told me you tried a couple of different things, but so far it seems like you guys are way ahead of where you were last night heading into the feature.
I wouldn't call them bugs, just learning each other. AZ crew's been awesome to work with, so I want to thank Curb Records and Apache Transport, just everybody on this. Going to be a fun night. Hopefully we can keep digging. We're really good in that heat race, good in qualifying. It seems like we're finding our groove.
CJ Leary picked up his 8th career Woodland Auto Display Quick Time Qualifier award tonight in the car that has won the last 2 Western Worlds.
Congratulations to the Cadillac and CJ, and we appreciate that interview, Drake. Go to lineup right now for heat race number 2, brought to you by the WC Friend Company. That's WCFriend.com. Owner Bill Friend. And once again, Dave Wilson donating $100 to the winner of this heat race. Starting on the pole for this one, it's going to be the driver from Pleasant Hill, Ohio, the 11C of Matt Westfall. Outside him, car number 72, that's the gunslinger, Austin Grabowski out of Riverside. Row number 2 on the inside, the 17W, that's the big game hunter out of Corona, California, Austin Williams. And outside him, the popular driver out of Buckeye, Arizona, it's Charles Davis Jr. Slide back to row number 3. He is out of Oxnard, California, fisherman by trade when he's not racing sprint cars. He's won more traditional sprint car main events. When we say traditional, that's non-wing in the nation this year. That is Ricky Lewis, Rippin' Ricky, in the number 17 car. Outside him, the number 15 car, last night's main event winner from Cullman, Alabama. That's Kevin Thomas Jr. Row number 9 on the row number 4 on the inside, it's car number 9. That's Dayton Shelton out of Prescott, Arizona. And outside him, the 21 of A.J. Bender out of San Diego. And rounding out the field will be the number 77 from Corrales, New Mexico, Colt Trehorn. That's your lineup. Heat race number 2, sponsored by the WC Friend Company. And you can check them out online at WCFriendco.com. Check your pockets. We lost a phone we found a phone just to the turn one side of the starter stand. So go down to souvenirs, check your pocket. You have to identify the phone. Once again, check your pocket. If you lost your phone, we found it. It was just to the turn one side of the starter stand. It'll be at the souvenir stand in just a couple moments. Second heat race, 10 laps. Top 5 to the A main. Everybody else goes to the B. Green flag. And Matt Westfall leads him into turn number 1. Charles Davis Jr. goes to second. Grabowski almost off the back of the racetrack. Rip and Ricky Lewis currently running in third. More spot, it's KTJ running in fifth. It's the big game hunter, Austin Williams. 21 car, 1 spot out of transfer. That's A.J. Bender. 2 in the books and 8 to go. KTJ got by Ricky Lewis. Ricky Lewis right back to the inside of him. Good size lead for Matt Westfall. CDJ still running in second. He's got Ricky Lewis all over him. 21 car and 6. That's A.J. Bender. Extreme run around the rim trying to catch up to the big game hunter Austin Williams for the 5th and final transfer. After that, it's a long way back to Austin Grabowski. Nearly a half straightaway lead for Westfall as we complete the 6th lap. 4 laps to go. Bender still running the top through 1 and 2. Ricky Lewis has now takes second away from Carl Davis Jr. A.J. Bender inching closer to the big game hunter for the final transfer. And there's 3 laps to go. Last lap flag about to come down, this time by Matt Westfall, been out front all the way. Checker's going to come down this time by after a near disaster in hot laps. Matt Westfall's going to win the second heat race of the night. Second spot is Ricky Lewis. Third, Charles Davis Jr. Fourth spot goes to the 15. Kevin Thomas Jr. The final transfer spot goes to Austin Williams. Finishing order once again, Matt Westfall for the win, Ricky Lewis second, Charles Davis Jr. third, Kevin Thomas Jr. fourth, Austin Williams fifth. They go to the A main. Going to the B main, the 21 A.J. Bender, the 72 Austin Grabowski, the 77 Colt Trahern, and Dayton Shelton, who finished 9th in car number 9. And we send it trackside to Drake York. Drake.
Matt Westfall, your winner of WC Friend Heat Race number 2, and of course started out the year with the Avante Windows and Doors USAC CRA Series. Had a 3rd place at the Paris Auto Speedway and won an open show at Imperial earlier this year. And Matt, you just scored a USAC national win last week and run the bottom at Red Dirt Raceway, and you ran the bottom to perfection there. Is it eventually going to get it to nice and slow, roll it around the bottom like you're so good at?
I'm not sure. There it was pretty good. It's pretty slick and marbly up top. So I think, we'll see. I'm starting deep, so it's going to be a long night. Just about crashed their hot lapping, so kind of messes up for qualifying. So we'll see how we go.
Matt Westfall gets the job done. Yes, Matt. I only do this for you, by the way, bud, because you don't annoy me as much.
I got to thank Mr. Wilson and the Mohave family for the $100. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, he does get $100 for this one. Matt Westfall, your winner of WC Friend Heat Race number 2.
Thank you, Drake. Congratulations to Matt Westfall. We go to lineup right now for heat race number 3, brought to you by BillsJerky.net and Silberman Solar. Proprietor of both of those, Bill Silberman. Your lineup for this one goes like this. Starting on the pole, it's the number 7X, Troy Trehorn, out of Peralta, New Mexico. Outside Troy, the number 13P, it's Cameron LaRose from Phoenix, Arizona. Second row on the inside, it's the number 71 car. That's Jordan Herman-Sater out of Long Beach. And outside him, the number 18, the leading rookie in the USAC CRA Series, David Gasper out of Goleta. Go back to row number 6 on the inside. It's Logan Calderwood out of Goodyear, Arizona. And joining him, the fastest qualifier in this group, the 3P car from Princeton, Indiana, Kyle Cummins. In the last 2 rows, a 22 on the inside, that is Grant Sexton, last year's USAC CRA Rookie of the Year. Outside Grant, car number 20, Sean Deskins out of Phoenix. In rounding out the field, starting right behind his son, the number 44 S car, that is Brent Sexton out of Lakeside, California. Once again, brought to you by BillsJerky.net and Silberman Solar. Winner once again gets $100 from Dave Wilson, the sponsor, one of the sponsors on Ty Mahako's car. Same deal, 10 laps, top 5 go to the A main. The rest go to the B. Was just told that LaFon jar of change that's going to go to the hard charger in tonight's main event is up to $3,400. That's nice. 50-50 tickets also on sale in the grandstands right now. Want to remind you once again, no smoking or vaping in the grandstands. You got to light one up, you got to vape. Please go behind the ticket office. Black flag pointed at Jordan Herman-Sater, the number 71 car. He kind of gassed it up a little bit extra right then. Race director Tony Jones up here in the booth. Past Oval Nationals champion, the 2007 USAC CRA champion. He has a one-way radio to all the drivers that he talks to throughout the night. And maybe a barbecue going on in the number 22 Brent Sexton car. Actually, Grant Sexton, I'm sorry, that's Brent's son. And did catch on fire. They quickly put the fire out. So tough break for the 20-year-old driver out of Lakeside. This heat and the next one, and that will be the end of bidding for the auction items. fire or not. Let's see if he's going back onto the racetrack or headed back to the pit area. Looks like it's back to the pits. Man, that kid has had so much bad luck in the USAC CRA Series this year after a very impressive 2023 that saw him win the USAC CRA Rookie of the Year award. Brake problems coming into last week and last night knocked him out of races. Crew meeting with their mule, but they cannot stop and work on the car there. They've got to go all the way over to the staging area before they can work on that race car if they plan on getting it back in this heat. 50-50 tickets on sale. You see the man with the sign right there, 50-50 tickets on sale. He's right behind the starter stand right now. Total may be up to $100,000 before the night is over. You want to get in on that. Back to racing. Bill's Jerky, Silberman Solar, heat number 3, green flag. And it's Troy Trehorn, the first one to turn number 1. From 6 to the lead, that's Kyle Cummins out front. Actually, I made a mistake. That is LaRose out front. Problems in turn 2. And they need 2 push trucks down to the corner. 2 cars tangled down there. So it's going to be the 2 cars stopped, getting help down there, restarted. That's LaRose out front. Nearly impossible to tell the difference between him and the Cummins car. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. There's some truck drivers out there going to need a change of underwear after that one. So Deskins got refired. Calderwood gets refired as well. Your leader is LaRose. Second spot, it's Troy Trehorn. Third spot, it is Herman Sater. Fourth spot, Cummins. Fifth spot, the final transfer right now, it's Gasper. 6, Brent Sexton. Then it is the number 20 of Deskins and the 6 of Calderwood. Starting at the delineator on the inside, turn 4, green flag. Cummins battling Herman Sater for third. Gasper going to try to drive around the both of them. Look out. Gasper and the 71 Herman Sater bang wheels going down the front straightaway. That allows Sean Deskins to creep up on the inside. Now Gasper goes to fourth as he drives around the outside of the 71 Herman Sater. And here comes Sean Deskins. Deskins, the red and white number 20 car. He takes over the final transfer. Meanwhile, half straightaway out front, it's LaRose. Halfway, 5 down, 5 to go. And a car around in turn number 4. That is the 71 car of Jordan Hermansader, and the number 6 car, Logan Calderwood, has a flat right rear tire. So Calderwood probably going to drive it straight back to the work area. Once again, that's Hermansader's stop. Calderwood, flat right rear tire. Went back through the pit area. Hopefully he gets it to the work area.
Make sure if you have somebody in that work area, you let me know. Calderwood's got a flat tire.
This is the last race here at Mohave Valley Raceway for the 2024 season. 2025 starts, I think, the second week in February. Sprint cars, USAC CRA Sprint cars, Avante Windows and Doors USAC CRA Sprint cars are going to be back here on February 22nd. Then they come back one more time in the year. That's going to be in October. Your leader in this heat race, that's LaRose. Second spot is Cummins. Third spot, Gasper. Fourth spot, Trehorn. Fifth and final transfer spot right now is Deskins. Brent Sexton, one spot out of transfer. Calderwood is in the work area trying to get that right rear tire changed. And here comes Logan Calderwood back onto the racetrack. So Calderwood will be at the back. We'll have to pass 2 cars to get to the final transfer. Getting ready for the green flag. 5 down, 5 to go. LaRose out front, Cummins second, Gasper third, Trehorn fourth. Fifth spot, it is Deskins. LaRose to the bottom, going to the top of the racetrack, Cummins and Gasper. Now Deskins hits by Trehorn. That puts Trehorn on the bubble, and here comes Calderwood. Calderwood to the final transfer. Meanwhile, out front, Cummins trying to drive around the outside of his teammate, LaRose. LaRose leads that heat race. Cummins a lot of momentum going into turn number 1. And Cummins takes the lead down the back chute. White flag going to come out this time by. There'll be 1 to go for Kyle Cummins. His teammate LaRose right behind. The driver is going to be USAC CRA Rookie of the Year. That's Gasper running in third, Calderwood fourth, Deskins running in fifth. Checkers coming down this time by from 6th to 1st. The victory goes to Kyle Cummins. Second spot LaRose, third spot Gasper, fourth spot goes to Calderwood, and fifth goes to Deskins. They go straight to the A main event. Finishing order for you one more time. The victory goes to Kyle Cummins. Cameron LaRose finishes second. Gasper third. Calderwood fourth. Sean Deskins is fifth. Sixth is Troy Treharn. Seventh, Brent Sexton. Eighth, German Herdsader. And getting credit for the final spot, it is Grant Sexton. And Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana, pulls to the infield. And he's going to talk to Drake York. Drake?
Thank you so much, Scott. Kyle Cummins, your winner of BillsJerky.net, heat race number 3. And Kyle, we heard Matt Westfall talk about the top being all marbly, and you were able to run it to perfection right there. So what's changed with the racetrack that's made the top so good now here in this heat race?
Well, Matt's a bottom guy, so no, it's the track crew did a great job tonight. I think it's going to be a really good race. There's a top line and a bottom line. They seem pretty consistent and pretty even right now, but just got to give it up. There's a $100 bonus for from Dean Wilson and the Tomahawk group, I think. Thanks for them to putting the money up for that, and it's pretty cool to get a little extra bonus to win a heat race. But Cameron was there, and that's our team car. And we basically had the exact same setup on, and I wasn't going to beat him around the bottom, so I wanted to see how the top was going to go. And I'm supposed to be the top guy, so I couldn't let him win. But thanks a lot for everybody. Jerry Petty with Vontae Windows and Doors. I got an extra night tonight, just to tune the car in a little bit better, and I think it's going to be it'll be a brawl for the feature. I think there's top 6-8 cars there really fast, so it'll be a fun race.
Kyle Cummins built up a really good notebook last night with that third-place result. He's going for the $10,000 tonight, and how about it, Scott? A 1-2 finish for Petty Performance Racing. Jerry Petty's got to be happy about that.
Very impressive by them. And R.J. Johnson, the third car on the for Avante Windows and Doors in the main event already as well. Heat race number 4 coming up next, brought to you by Sexton Fire Protection, the owner Brent Sexton. And once again, Ty Mahako sponsor Dave Wilson giving an extra $100 to the winner of this heat. Here's your lineup. Starting on the pole, he won a heat last night at 60 years of age from Lomita, California. That's Vern Sweeney. Outside Vern, now a longtime veteran of sprint car racing. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. That's J.J. Yaley. Row number 2 from Indio, California, the 2J. That's James Turnbull. And outside him, the guy who's second in points with 4 wins in the USAC CRA Series this year. He's out of Yucaipa, California, the 5X of Tommy Thunder Malcolm. Go back to row number 5 on the inside. It's the Bull from Peoria, Arizona. That's Ty Mahako. And outside him from Tempe, it's the 5B car. That's Stevie Sussex. Row number 9, it's Ponch, the California Highway Patrol officer, Jeff Dyer out of Yucca Valley, California. And outside him, from Henderson, Nevada, the 5S of Racing Silva. And rounding out the field from Simi Valley, California, it's the 14 of Blake Hendricks. That's your lineup, the final heat race of the night. And when this heat race is over, all the auctions are closed. If you want to bid, you need to go down there now. While you're down there, drop some coinage into the LaFon jar change. Let's see if we can get this thing up past $3,500. And the 2J out of Indio, back to the pit area. Tough weekend for him, and that's James Turnbull. Green flag the next time by. Top 5 go to the A main. Everybody else goes to the B. Can the 60-year-old off the pole win heats 2 nights in a row? Green flag. And it's Sweeney, the first to turn number 1. J.J. Yaley around the outside move with Yaley to the lead. Ty Mahako up to second. Sweeney running in third. Tommy Malcolm in the 4th place spot. 5th place right now, that's Stevie Sussex. Jeff Dyer trying to get by him on the inside. 2 laps down. Yaley going to be hard to catch. Teenager Hendricks almost had a good run at the back, then he puts the front end through turn 1. This spot right now, it's still Vern Sweeney. He's being challenged by the 5B of Stevie Sussex. Sussex changes lines, goes to the inside, moves Stevie Sussex into the final transfer. Still Yaley out front. Mahako running second. He's being challenged hard by Tommy Malcolm, who blew an engine in last night's main event. Malcolm now after J.J. Yaley. Battle down the back straightaway for the lead. Yaley beats him back to turn number 3. Mahako goes to the top of the track. J.J. Yaley maintains the lead, still running in second. That's Malcolm now being challenged by Mahako once again. Here comes Sussex. And California Highway Patrol Officer Dyer is in another transfer from the heat race. He transferred out of the B main to the A main last night before he lost a rear end in the 30 lapper. White flag going to come out next time by. One of Arizona's most popular drivers out front has run NASCAR, has run the Indy 500. 1 to go for J.J. Yaley. Checker is going to come down over a half straightaway win for car number 2, owned by Cactus Jack. The victory goes to J.J. Yaley. 2nd spot goes to Malcolm. 3rd spot goes to Mahako. 4th to Sussex. 5th goes to Jeff Dyer. They go to the A main event. Finishing order for the win, J.J. Yaley. Malcolm finishes 2nd, Mahako 3rd, Sussex 4th, Dyer 5th. They go to the A main, go to the B main. 6th place finisher, Vern Sweeney. 7th, Racing Silva. 8th, Blake Hendricks. And 9th, the 2J of James Turnbull. And once again, back to the racetrack where we go to Drake York, who's going to talk with Arizona legend J.J. Yaley.
Thank you so much, Scott. J.J. Yaley gets his first Avante Windows and Doors USAC CRA Sprint Car Heat Race win in Sexton Fire Protection Heat Race number 4. And J.J., Malcolm showed you the bottom there off of turn number 2, and it seemed almost instantaneous. You turned down the racetrack. Did you ever have to second-guess yourself that that may have been the wrong move? But ultimately, it did work out in the end.
No, not at all. Obviously, the 98 kind of ran me up on the start there, and just ran to the top and thought that was a good place to be. And as soon as I saw someone on the bottom, I figured that was probably a better place to go. But the car was a lot better than it was last night, thankfully. So I want to thank Jerry Petty, Avante Windows and Doors for everything they do for me, my family, the sport. Just a great guy to have around. So would have a long way to go in this feature now after qualifying so poorly. But thank everyone in the grandstands for coming out, and we're going to put on a hell of a show for you.
Some quick thinking there in Sexton Fire Protection Heat Race number 4, and that's J.J. Yaley, the win in Cactus Jack's number 2. Scott?
Thank you, Drake. Right now, the auction has closed. If you bid on any of those auction items, please go back to the auction tables right now. Check if you are a winner and take some cash for you to pay for your winnings. Once again, thank you to everybody who submitted bids. All that money going to help injured race car driver Chase Johnson. So back on the racetrack, we got the mini dwarfs for the B main for the sportsman. Here is your lineup. It's an 8-lap race. Top 2 go to the A main. On the pole is Tucker Gear, the 5T. Outside Tucker, Cadence,